Yo, this be the one them called Tech N9ne, and you're tuned into hot new hip hop, baby. Let's go. The essential album I would tell you to listen to if you were just now discovering Tech N9ne would be Ever Ready, I think. You know what I'm saying? Ever Ready has a variety of styles and variety of emotion. Several producers came together to do this with my in-house producer Seven. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Ever Ready would be one that would lock you, I think. You know what I'm saying? A lot of my fans would say Angelic, my first one, you know what I'm saying? But polished. Ever Ready is a new life, you know what I mean? It started in 2006, you know, after we had that wreck and flipped over 5 times, you know what I mean? And we lived, and we still got to do the show with Bone Thugs and Harmony in Spokane that night, you know. That was a new beginning, so I would tell you, Ever Ready the Religion. And my fans wouldn't be mad at that.
No.
Come Gangsters on there, you know what I'm saying?
They highlighted that in the actual subreddit. I gotta send you the subreddit thread.
Yeah, Caribou Lou went platinum, it's on there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So speaking to like the different styles and the different sides of you, you definitely have some darker stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like KOD. And
Oh yeah. Those were for reasons.
Yeah. So speaking on that, do you feel it takes you to kind of like a difficult headspace? Like, what's your like mental state when you're going into those things?
The darkness came from being in Kansas City, Missouri, growing up in a religious household, being in the Bible Belt. You know what I mean? When you get the first teachings of Revelation, it's scary as hell. Sodom and Gomorrah is scary as hell. You know, just the tales that they were telling in the Bible. So the darkness, you wonder why it's so dark in the Midwest with like Eminem, you know what I'm saying? Because he was actually, I think, raised in or lived in St. Joe, Missouri, you know what I'm saying? Eminem, Slipknot, you know what I'm saying? Tech N9ne, you know what I'm saying? It's just really kind of dim. But in my case, it does take me to a different headspace, a headspace that I did not know was so real. When I first went to go do King of Darkness, I started off like I'm gonna freak people out with my imagination, and the majority was not imagination. Scared the hell out of me that I had so many bad stories, you know what I'm saying? Even the songs that were fiction motivated, like Pinocchio, you know what I'm saying? It was how I felt about myself. I just want to be a normal boy, being famous, you know what I mean? And I just want to be with that one woman, you know what I'm saying? That was still, I mean, I didn't bite no woman's crotch open at the end like the song said. It's just, that's the imagination part, you know what I'm saying? But the rest of the song is how I see myself, you know? Black in the Sun was a good example of my imagination, you know what I mean? But I was in a darker place because my mom was about to die from pancreatitis, 2009. That's why we got KOD, you know?
So obviously, like, there's dark moments in life that might pull you a certain way, but when it comes to putting into music, is that space somewhere you'd like to be?
No, the space is not a place I like to be, but when I'm there, people love it. I don't want to have dark stories happen to me anymore. You know what I mean? I don't really want to be in that space. But one thing I realized is that it's a part of me. Life happens. Bad things still happen in my life, and I write my life. So in turn, the fans get those darker stories. Not as many as KOD, because that's the only album of its kind. And I hope I won't have to do another one. You know what I mean? Because it's gonna have to be a real thing or real tragedy that happens in my life that takes me back down in that hole And right now, I'm so far up that I ain't trying to hear nothing down there unless it's something very personal to me, like my kids or my relatives can bring me back. And I ain't saying that my relatives pull me down in a hole, and I'm not saying that. I'm saying if anything bad happens to anything I love, that will take me back into KOD mode. And I don't think the fans want that. I don't think they realize when they ask for it that that's what it's going to take.
Is the industry still full of a bunch of fucking punks?
Oh yeah, the industry is very filled with a bunch of fucking punks. You know what I mean? What I meant by that is the people who control what's hot on the radio, what's hot on video, still tend to do what's hot and not take chances with new music. Now, it's other people out there that do take chances with new music, like TDE, you know what I'm saying? Like Chance the Rapper, like, you know what I'm saying, J. Cole, you know what I mean? But as far as the industry, still a bunch of copycats. That's why the radio is overran with the same sounding music, you know what I mean? But every once in a while, somebody will get in there, like SZA, boom, you know what I'm saying? Or Kendrick, you know, it's beautiful, you know? It's all the way out there for us, but the industry is still punks. And not only just because they still not playing Tech N9ne rampantly, you know what I'm saying? It's just, I still feel that way. And I think it's warranted.
What's your views now on independent artists? Because you're clearly like the trendsetter blazing a trail, and now it seems like that's the move for a lot of these kids. They stay independent for a while, or like, for example, like Big Crit when he was here, he's now fully independent and doing his moves. So like, what do you think about when you kind of look back on that? Because you've been doing it for so long.
I think it's a wonderful thing that people realize that they can do it themselves, and it's harder if you're brave enough and you have tough skin, you can do it. You know what I mean? A lot of people need that safety net of the majors, you know what I mean? But you end up owing the majors a lot of money, you know what I'm saying? But I think it's a wonderful thing to share the inspiration and to have artists want to do it themselves and realize that it can be done. And if I and my partner Travis were inspiration for them to say, oh, if he can do it, I can do it too, then I'm happy about that.
You clearly like to bend genres in your sound.
Yeah.
And a lot of times you get that kind of like metal feel.
Oh yeah.
To like, you know, a typical hip hop kind of fan, you're treading a line that's kind of like, it's dangerous, you know, it's risky.
Oh yeah.
So like,
not for me though.
Yeah, not for you. But like,
Yeah.
what kind of goes through your head? Is it risky to you at all? Like, what do you kind of view when you're like pulling those kind of genres in?
I grew up listening to all types of music thanks to my family. You know, if my family weren't into gospel, I wouldn't have that in my music today. If my family wasn't into Elton John and Billy Joel and Led Zeppelin and The Doors, then it wouldn't be in my music today, you know what I mean? And because of that old rock and roll, I followed it even more as it turned into, you know, other things like Slipknot, metal, you know what I mean? Like Korn and System of a Down, you know? I don't think it's risky for me because it's always been how I started, you know what I mean? And if I can come out on Angelic and say, one for the devil, two for my God, Father, please forgive me while I rock this rock. That's rock music, you know what I mean? That's the first song you hear on Angelic when my shit really spread, you know what I mean? So if I started like that, you already know that's a part of me, you know what I mean? So when people say, I don't like that, the gangsters say, I don't like that rock shit, you know what I'm saying? I like that gangster shit. You know, he do it Yo Gotti and Wayne, you know what I'm saying? Or the rock heads, the metal heads, like, I don't really like that gangster shit that he do with the 57th Street Road Dog Villains. I like Wither with Corey Taylor, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I've always been three-dimensional, so it's never been risky for me because I'm not trying to the only thing I'm trying to prove to the hip hop community is that I'm one of the dopest motherfucking MCs. That's it. It don't matter what kind of music I do, I'm still gonna be rapping. So it's not no middle of the road type shit. Okay, I got the rock over here and I got the hip hop over there. No, it's all one road here at Strange. You know what I mean? Just beautiful music is how I see it. So that's not why it's not risky for me at all.
It's also interesting to see the current landscape of these kids, because a lot of them are filling a void that rock used to fill maybe like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And now it's clearly not the most popular genre like it was.
Yeah.
Rap's kind of filled that up. And you have kids that are like, it's like punk music on stage.
Yeah.
They're screaming on the mic. It's like lo-fi. It's that whole kind of style.
Yes,
it's all kind of coming back.
Bad Brains.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah,
What are your thoughts
yeah.
on like that new generation, the new wave that it's now like the hot thing to do for these kids?
When I see XXXTENTACION jumping and surfing, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful to see, because people have been moshing at our shows since we started, because we always had that energy. You know what I mean? When I see Travis Scott just jumping and the whole crowd is bop, bop, it's a beautiful thing, dude. It's a beautiful thing. Same thing with Uzi Vert. I ain't talking about the dance you do like that. I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the other one. That's cool if you can do that, you know what I'm saying? But I can't do that. You know, I can't even do it. You know what I'm talking about, though. I can't do the shoulder thing. I can't do the shoulder roll. But his motherfucking crowd is popping. When I see, I went to a ASAP Ferg show in Kansas City, man. That motherfucker was for the trap lord, dude. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's what I've been seeing at our shows for years, and to see it turn into that, man, is a beautiful thing. It's bringing everybody together, and that's what we've been trying to do since we started. Like, black people listen to this, white people listen to this, Latinas listen to this. No. This is beautiful music, and we're all here together under one roof for Strange Music that integrates everything when man is trying to separate us. You know what I'm sizzling?
Yeah. Just speaking onto your albums, they tend to be, I guess, longer than the average. Like, yeah, you know, nowadays a lot of kids are dropping just like 3-track EPs, this and that. But you seem to tell kind of like, it's either a cohesive kind of story or a cohesive sound throughout the whole thing. Like, you know, is that something you like take to heart? Like, is that something you try to do, or is that just how it like unfolds for you as you're making it?
I always wanted to do albums that were cohesive, you know, or you call it concept albums, like Angelic was Hell, Purgatory and Heaven. That's premeditated, you know what I'm sizzling. The levels of KOD, that's premeditated, you know what I mean? The levels on Ever Ready, that's premeditated, you know. I always thought a body of work is what people want, but as time goes on, the attention span of the listener is getting less and less and less. So it makes no sense for me to do 25 songs on the fucking record no more, you know what I'm saying? This Planet record is my shortest record ever. The standard has 15, never before on the Tech N9ne album, 15 numbers, and the deluxe is 19. It's my shortest record because I understand the attention span, but at the same time, it's still a cohesive album. You know that you're on Planet Pune when you listen.
Was it difficult, like, cut things out or anything?
Oh, yes. It was difficult because I have another one called More Planet that's supposed to come after it. You know what I'm saying? I had to keep some hitters on that song, on that record too. So I got 7 of them thus far, and I'm gonna add some more to make it like 10. You know what I'm saying? 10 or 11. You know what I mean? For More Planet, because you know it's some songs on More Planet that was actually supposed to be on Planet, and I'm like, but I got all these songs on Planet. I gotta leave some hits and some gems for this one too, and it was hard, man. It was hard. It's like, O-Face should go over here. Damn, O-Face should go over here. I need O-Face over here because I need that kind of hit shit over there on Planet, More Planet. You know what I mean? Hit the Ground Running is like, it's like an album beginner. You can't put that in the middle of the Planet record. You know what I'm saying? It's like me, King ISO, and JL, man. You Hit the Ground Running is like, oh my God. So that, you know what I'm saying? That starts the More Planet record. You know what I mean? So I had to keep things over there. So yeah, it was hard to cut the record down because in actuality, he's supposed to be like 30 fucking tracks, you know what I'm saying?
Just like your discography, you also have a long record of just collaborations.
Yes.
Has there ever been one where like, you know, you had the song made, someone dropped their verse, and you were like, damn, I gotta rewrite mine? Was there any time where someone like forced you to kind of like go again, pull some new shit out of you, kind of like?
You probably won't believe this, but I've never had to rewrite my verse after hearing somebody else's verse. I'm always the guy that sends the verses out to motivate whoever I'm sending it to go even harder. When I get it back, like when I got the Eminem verse back, I'm like, shit, Jesus Christ. But I'm not gonna cheat and change it, because what I sent him is, I'm the fury, the final fighter, flipping on fraudulent fellas, fulfilling fight, I flick it on fire, finishing when the flow in flight, feminine fakers, follow, flock on the flow with a five, he probably says, shit. He probably said shit.
Yeah.
Then he told me on the phone, and he said, shit. You know what I mean? So that's what I had to offer.
You don't want to change that process up.
No.
It's like, it kind of like a moment kind of thing.
Yeah, it makes for a better song, man. And you know, you got some fans like, oh, you let Eminem get you. I'm like, yeah, that's good. Because he felt like he had to give his all. And he mentioned it in his Beyonce song, Walk on Water. That made me feel so good. You know what I mean? Because I'm rhyming to let the rhymers know that I am one. You know what I'm saying?
Rapper's favorite rapper.
Yeah, Tech N9ne. But I got fans too, not just the rappers. I got bitches, I got niggas, I got everybody, you know what I'm saying? So I got the best of everything, you know what I mean? And it's been a wonderful ride. And now I'm about to ride the motherfuckers to my own planet. Because this one is having trouble.
Were there any like songs on the new album that are like, I mean, this like if we go back, like you have songs that kind of like guide people through things, like Suicide Letters, just like super emotional. Is there any are there any tracks on the new album that are kind of like that?
Yeah.
That guide people through.
There are sentimental songs on Planet. You know what I'm saying? There's some personal shit on there called Tapping In. It's some. I'm giving a lot of information on certain songs to answer some questions of fans. You know, things that have happened that might not be too positive to some fans, you know what I mean? And I break it down in songs, what the fuck happened, you know what I mean? Then it gets real sentimental at the end, and it gets real like we should come together type of feeling with a song called We Won't Go Quietly, when I'm showing what's going on in the world, but I'm giving a solution, what I think, which is the God plan, togetherness. We need each other to help each other up. So that's how the album ends, you know what I mean? But the rest of it is like, fed up with everything, I'm cynical than I ever been. I make the beretta ring, affinity, coming up at a king, a lunatic, let it ring, you know what I'm saying? It's like, fuck everybody. You know what I'm saying? So they'll enjoy it.
Is there any track on the new album that pulled you way out of your comfort zone?
Yeah, I got a song that pulls me out of my comfort zone. It's called Comfortable.
Why is that?
Because I talk about what makes me uncomfortable doing interviews. You know what I'm saying? Having to talk to people. I just want to do the music and do the shows, but you cannot do that if you're trying to reach the world. You have to do this.
Yeah.
I do this well. I don't per se prefer it,
Yeah.
but some people that do it make me feel comfortable. I'm not uncomfortable right now. I'm not shaking. My palms are not sweaty. I don't like to feel like that. I've been in the game too long. If something makes me feel weird, I don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? But there's no fear anymore. Like, that's why I wrote Comfortable. I said what I like. I said anything else is uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, to answer that question.
So I guess you kind of like music shows. How in the world do you do all the shows? Like, your tour life must be exhausting compared to the average. You know what I mean? Like 150 shows. I don't know what your number's at every year, but you know, to balance tour life and music life and then personal life. I don't know how the fuck you do it.
It's hard to balance personal life, but your lady has to be involved. You know what I'm saying? Like, whether it's her showing up at shows, you know what I'm saying, to enjoy it and be your cheerleader when you have a lot of people cheering already. But, you know what I mean? It's hard for any woman to try to deal with a guy that's on the road 250 shows a year plus, you know what I'm saying? Like this year, tour starts April 17th, ends in June. July, have to go to Europe. Come back. September, have to go to Australia, New Zealand, Hawaii. Lady got to deal with that. So she got to go through and like, okay, I'm going to go to Hawaii for sure. She'll say, I already went to Australia, I loved it. Maybe I should go to Sydney, you know what I'm saying? You know, but it's hard, you know what I mean? So I don't really balance it. I do the tours because I love it. Putting it together is hard as fuck because you're trying to still have people talk about it and tell other people to have a whole sold out tour. You know what I'm sizzling? And a lot of places are sold out, you know what I mean? And my goal is to woo all the newcomers and still woo the people that's been there since day one. Hard to do that, hard to pick out all the songs and still have everybody together. Because when you've been doing music so long like me, the old motherfuckers are gonna look down on the people that just came in at Hood Go Crazy. You know, it's like they don't know shit about Tech N9ne. But what they don't know is that when they come in, they go back. You know what I'm saying? So you have them fighting like, motherfucker, I know about Cursed, even though I came in at Fragile, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, you're gonna have people fighting, but I love being three-dimensional and I love doing the shows showing that, you know what I'm saying? But it is hard trying to do that, put together a beautiful album like I did, but we find time to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So talking about choosing songs on your tour, being that this album is kind of a first for you when it comes to putting it out prior to your tour,
Yeah.
How is it picking out those songs for the tour? What do you include that's new and fresh?
This is the first time that I can remember in the history of Strange Music that the record comes out before the tour. I don't know if it did it back in Angelic. I don't know. I think the album might have came out first. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Absolute Power, you know. Yes, it was. But so this might very well be the first time that it's placed the right way. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, this album, then a month later the tour gives people time to marinate with it.
Digest it.
Yeah. So I can come out and do Fresh Out of Fucks and they'll still say it to me. I'm so excited to see it for the first time. You know what I mean? The first like 4 songs are new. You know what I mean? No Reason is in the beginning. It's usually Einstein or Riot Maker or Straight Out the Gate with Serge Tankian, you know, that everybody knows.
Yeah.
Now, with Planet, everybody will know, unless you're a day one fan that don't like none of the new Tech N9ne shit, like they say, some say, and you just come just to see what's going on, and you're looking around like, why don't I know this song? I'm like, because you are still in 2006, which is cool. Nostalgia is a real thing, but we're still going up, baby. Don't miss it, don't miss it. So yeah, I'm excited, man, to have this be the first tour where I get to do new songs. And Chris Calico is probably smiling too because he's always been trying to get me to do it all these years. Dude, we gotta start with some new songs. No, we don't, because if we start with new songs, they're just gonna be looking at us like, what the fuck song is that? You know, I was always scared of that.
Yeah.
So this will be the first time that I give Chris Calico what he wants, and he's on one of those songs too. No reason. Yeah.
So this is my last question. Being that you have it's like such a unique career. I mean, whether it's like overcoming, you know, personal obstacles, as you mentioned earlier, or even professional as an independent artist, like, Are you thinking of ever doing like an autobiography movie kind of, something like that? Or is that, just kind of curious, you seem like the perfect subject for such like a, with your fans and everything, like the cult.
I think the story is still being written. My brother Maxilla has been writing an autobiography about me for over like 10 years, but he don't want to write the ending that I want, because if you play the game of hearts, the ending is death. He don't want to write my death. But now things are changing. I'm not going to die because of women or being Georgie Porgy Puddin' Pie, how I used to be. The name of the movie is called Georgie, and that's me. You know what I'm saying? Georgie Porgy Puddin' Pie, kiss the girls, make them cry was my whole life story. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But shit start changing. You know what I mean? Like, shit start changing. So the story is still being written, but because in Georgie, the music is in with it, the years of music, like Angelic and Absolute Power and Vintage Tech and fucking Everready, everything is in it. All the years are in it, you know what I mean? So it's the music and it's the story about women, but that shit has been narrowing down for years now, you know what I'm saying? Like these many, and these many, and these many, and now it's like, you know what I'm saying? So that story is changing.
Yeah.
You have to still, but who knows if it's going to be the story of Georgie that we put out? You know what I'm saying? Who knows? You know what I mean? It's probably going to be an actual autobiography. I don't know, but nah, we still going. Shit still happening. I just got my fucking divorce like last year, the day after my birthday, and I've been separated since '05, but it just happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
November 8th, 2017. You know what I'm saying? November 9th. My birthday is November 8th. November 9th, boom. So shit's still changing.
Yeah, that's a whole different perspective.
Yeah. You know, my kids are fucking kicking it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, shit is changing. Don't look like it's gonna be no death unless jealousy, because of dominance, really tries to get me. And then there will be a tragic story, but right now it's not a tragic story. Is that like something what people want to see? I think. You know what I mean? Shit. You tell the Quincy Jones story right now, he's still kicking it. You know?
He's got a crazy story.
Yeah, he does. Shit.
Yeah.
It's like no holds barred, Quincy Jones. Like, fuck this, fuck that, fuck you, you're cool, I'm out.
He let everything out, man. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, but yeah, man, one day, hopefully, you know what I'm saying, the Tech N9ne story is going to be full of drugs and shit, like everything everybody's doing now, like Percocet, Molly Percocet, we was doing that shit, like, but see, that just makes me sound like an old motherfucker. Nigga, we were doing that shit back in 2002. No, I ain't saying that, you know what I'm saying, because I miss Molly, you know, that was my best friend.
Back in the day.
Yo, yeah, you know, so I stopped in like 2006, but ooh, you know, so the new EDM concerts, boy, people try to give it to me. Tech, man, come on. I'm like, ooh, throw it away. Like, it's hard, because I know how it feels. It's just an elevated me. It's an amplified me, and me amplified. That's fucked up.